Hello students, after the completion of the topic electrolytic cell, we are on our next topic, that is galvanic cell. So as I started the solution, I just told you the difference between the electrolytic and the galvanic cell. That electrolytic cell changes the electrical energy into chemical energy, while the galvanic cell changes the chemical energy into the electrical energy. And the second difference between two cells is that in electrolytic cell the reactions are non-spontaneous, so their Gibbs free energy is positive, but in galvanic cell the reactions are spontaneous redox reactions, so delta G is negative here because system will use its own energy, that is why. Now in galvanic cell there are two separate cell or containers, in which in one of the container oxidation will take place, in another one reduction will take place. So before starting the galvanic cell, I just want to tell you that we just completed the electrolytic cell and we will do some numericals on the formula which we derived in Faraday first and second law. So you also try with yourself, and if you will not get anything, ask to me, and otherwise in next video I will post the numericals. Now we will start the galvanic cell. So as we can see that two containers are there in which two electrodes are placed. Here I did not mark it as positive or negative, I will mark it later after explaining. And there is electrolytic solution in both the container. In first, zinc rod is placed and I just took the zinc sulfate as an electrolyte here, and in second one copper rod is there and we took copper sulfate as an electrolyte here. Okay, now what happened when we complete the circuit, then the zinc ions from the zinc rod start to move from rod to the solution. So what happened, from the zinc rod or zinc electrode, Zn++ ion will come into the solution, leaving two electrons on the rod. Okay, so what will happen, here will be electrons on the rod as zinc ions are releasing from the rod. Now because the zinc ions are separating out from the zinc rod or releasing from the zinc rod, leaving the electrons on the rod, so it means that this rod become negative in nature, so it will what, it will be negative in nature, right? Now with here zinc is losing electron, and loss of electron we know that it is called oxidation. Okay, so loss of electron, what we know, that loss of electron is known as oxidation. And I have told you earlier what, that oxidation always occur on anode. Okay, so where oxidation occur, it occurs on anode, right? So what we have to remember here, we only have to remember here that on anode, which is always on the left side, oxidation will take place, right? Only this definition we have to keep in mind, what, that on anode always oxidation takes place and it is on always left side. Now come here, here it is negative terminal because of the presence of the electron here, but oxidation is done on the rod, or on this container, so it will be anode for us. So what we will mark it, we will mark it as anode. Okay, now in electrolytic cell anode was positive, but in the galvanic cell anode is negative. Now how we decided that anode is we will call it anode, whether it is negative or positive, because oxidation is taking place here. Okay, now what will happen, these two electrons through this wire will move to the container towards it, and here they will release two electrons here, and the copper Cu++ ion present in the solution will take these two electrons and convert into copper plus ion. Now here this rod is positively charged. Okay, this rod is positively charged, and this copper ion taking two electrons and reduced into the copper atom. So reduction is taking place here. So it is positively charged, but reduction is going on in this rod. So it will be our cathode, because we know the gain of electron is reduction. Okay, and reduction always occur on cathode, whether it is a positive terminal, but reduction is going here, so it is cathode for us now, right? Now we understand that what is cathode and anode in a galvanic cell, and how scientists decided it. It is only on the fact that oxidation occur on anode and reduction occur on cathode. So we will not get confused with positive and negative signs. Okay, now what will happen when so much zinc ion come into the solution? Earlier what happened, here the concentration of the Zn++ ion is equal to the SO4 minus ion. It is a initial case. Here also the concentration of Cu++ ion is equal to the SO4 ion. Okay, now what will happen when here is a axis of zinc ion in the electrolytic solution? Okay, then what happened, this electrode is negative, but the solution will become positive. Okay, here because of the copper ions are converting to the copper atom, so quite obvious that sulfate ion will increase in number in the solution, so this solution will become negative. Okay, here because of the axis of the zinc ion in the solution, the concentration of zinc will increase after some time, and SO4 will decrease. Okay, so the solution become positive. Here because copper ions convert into copper atom, so after some time what will happen, the concentration of copper ions will decrease and SO4 sulfate ion will increase in the solution, so solution become negative here. Okay, so if this condition arises, it means it disturbs the electrical neutrality of the circuit, and when electrical neutrality disturbed, flow of ions stopped. Why? When there are so much positive ion around this rod, then what happens, these ions do not allow these electrons to go out from the circuit or from this area, because here is also a deficiency of the electrons. So these zinc ions will eager to accept these electrons, and they will not allow them to go out here, because negative, now it become negative solution. Although if one of two electron by any way come to this side, then what will happen? Because of the axis of negative ions here, okay, it will repel them and they will not accept these electrons which are coming from here. Then what should we do to maintain the electrical neutrality now? Because if this condition arises, then the flow of current will stop, because now listen, electrons are going from here to there, so the flow of current is opposite to the direction of the electrons, so current will flow in this direction. Okay, now what will happen? To maintain the electrical neutrality, the scientist just arranged an idea in which the idea was of the salt bridge. Then what they did, they just put a inverted U tube here. Okay, now this tube is called the salt bridge. Right? Now what is the salt bridge? The salt bridge is an arrangement which maintains the electrical neutrality because it contains the jelly-like substances with electrolytes. Like the electrolyte we will use can be KCl, HNO3, NH4Cl, etc., which are mixed with the jelly-like substances like agar-agar or gelatin, because we do not allow this electrolyte to go into the solution in liquid form, so they will remain in this U tube, and the ends of this tube is stopped with glass wool. Okay, so when there will be axis of Zn plus ion in the solution, then negative ion from the salt bridge come into the solution and neutralize it. Here also, if there is a axis of negative ion in the solution, then some positive ion comes from the salt bridge and neutralizes it, and it will not stop the working of the cell, and the cell will work properly, and it will also do not allow to disturb the electrical neutrality of the cell also. Okay, now we understand what is galvanic cell. Galvanic cell convert the chemical energy into the electrical energy, and spontaneous redox reaction takes place here, and due to this delta G is negative here. Now what happened? Here we have two containers with two electrodes, one zinc and second copper. Here zinc sulfate we used as electrolyte, here copper sulfate we used as electrolyte. Now because zinc ions from the rod releasing in the solution and leaving two electrons on the rod, due to the presence of these electrons, this rod become negatively charged, so it is anode. So in galvanic cell, anode is negatively charged because the presence of the electron on the rod, but it is anode because we know the definition that where oxidation occur, that terminal is anode for us. Okay, now here copper ions take the electron which come from the zinc rod and reduce into the copper atom, because the gaining of electron is here, and because of this phenomena is called reduction, so this is cathode for us, whether it is positive terminal, but it is cathode for us, right? So after some time, initial the ionic concentration of zinc and sulfate is equal. After some time, the concentration of zinc ion will be greater than of sulfate ion, and the solution become positively charged. Here sulfate ion concentration will be greater than the copper ion, so it will become negatively charged here, so it will disturb the electrical neutrality of the cell, and the working of cell is stopped to here. So to maintain the electrical neutrality, we just discover an idea of the salt bridge. And what is salt bridge? Salt bridge are a tube like structure in which jelly like substances, that is agar-agar, gelatin, are mixed with some electrolyte like potassium chloride, nitric acid, ammonium chloride, etc. To make it neutral. So when there is excess of zinc ions, the negative ion from the solvents come out in the solution and neutralize it. Here also, when there is excess of sulfate ion, the positive ion from the solvents come into the solution and neutralize it. The special nature of the electrolyte is this, that they do not react any one of the electrode here, and no reduction or oxidation of the electrolyte takes place in the solution. Okay, so they do not disturb the reaction of the cells. So what happened at anode? At anode, zinc atom converted into zinc ion by leaving 2 electrons on the rod, and at cathode, the copper ions taking 2 electron converting into copper ions, right? So these are the reaction which is occurring on this cell, right? Now this is salt bridge, which I explained to you, right?